Good morning, good morning. Bix Weir, road2road.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of coffee. A little update on our lovely investments, what's happening, where are they going, when are they going to go, when's it going to happen? Up, down, sideways, where's it going? Nobody knows. Well, Steve Mnuchin probably knows, Trump probably knows. All they have to do is click a mouse and boom, it'll go whatever direction they want. But as you can tell from all the cryptos, it's just holding pattern. Everybody's figuring out what the hell's next. The real key to what's next doesn't lie in the crypto, the price of cryptos, the price of silver at all. It lies in the destruction of the derivative market that goes on daily. I will be posting the Friday road trip today, later today, a day early. I got some stuff to do tomorrow, but in that Friday road trip, I will talk about timing and what's going on behind the scenes. And let me tell you, here's your hint. It ain't pretty. They can gloss over stock market drops and no, the stock market didn't drop because investors are getting scared. It dropped because they clicked the mouse and said, okay, we want to drop to this point. Why? Why are they doing all that? It is all controlled. It is all rigged. So as far as cryptos, they're going to hold it in a holding pattern until they're ready to break out one way or the other, up or down or sideways. The only way to survive this, I've said it for 6 years now in the cryptos, is to be a hodler. If you're a trader and you've got cash or cryptos in a trading account, you will lose them. You will lose them. We've already been down that road. Mt. Gox, how long has it been? They still haven't distributed the funds from Mt. Gox. Some of them they have, but they haven't. I still have what did I have in there? Well, it was one Bitcoin I had in there, but that was, these Bitcoins are priced at $450 because that was the price when Mt. Gox collapsed. Do you really want your cryptos to be lumped into one of those type of bankruptcies where they lock in your crypto price at a low number and you'll never get the crypto back? They'll have to liquidate it and give you the cash back? No. Get your cryptos off the exchanges. Get them off anything. If you don't know what your private key is, you don't own anything. You own squad delete. So yes, they're in holding pattern. It should run when the old banking system really starts collapsing. And I think it will be, I'm still looking at October as them coming to Congress and saying we need, I don't know what the number is. I've been throwing out 20 trillion for some reason for like 3 years. We need 20 trillion because the last one was 700 billion. Things are infinitely worse right now in the derivative markets. So I know you can't see it, but it is. Trust me. Well, we can see it in the repo markets, and that's going to get worse. I'm going to talk about that in the Friday road trip. As far as silver, same deal, same story as always. It's on hold, it's on hold, it's on hold, it's on hold, it's on hold. More and more information coming out about the criminality at J.P. Morgan. I think it's good. The bad guys cannot stand the light of day. So it is a really good thing that when criminals do bad things, we put a spotlight on it. Absolutely 100%. So hang on to your silver. Silver gold ratio is around, I think it's at 85 right now. Great time to swap your gold for silver. In the ground. The only thing about the silver gold ratio being 85 is price. Every other metric, the amount of silver above ground is 1-to-1. The amount of silver that can be mined is being mined is 8-to-1. The amount of historically, the average price of the silver gold ratio is like 16, 17-to-1. It's at 85-to-1 because of the market manipulation. So when that goes away, the natural price will be found, the fair market value. Fair market value. I know people don't understand the concept of fair market value anymore, but it is willing buyer, willing seller without a derivative, ridiculous 300 times market going on called the COMEX. It is a joke. The SEC and the CFTC run cover for that. So it is at the highest levels of the U.S. government. It has been since the 1930s when they passed the exchange stabilization. We created this exchange stabilization fund with the gold confiscation, 1933, I believe it was, when they signed the law, or 34. That's when it became 100% legal to rig the price of any market by the US government. And with computers and derivatives, voila, you can create instant selling pressure, instant buying pressure out of nothing using derivatives, which is a ridiculous side adjunct to real silver and real gold and real money. The Exchange Stabilization Fund does not have any restraints on how much derivatives it can throw at anything. Yes, it can throw 10 trillion ounces of electronic silver on the COMEX and drive the price to zero and shut down the market if they want. It's all a fraud. But then when you link silver and gold to cryptos, what happens? Interesting. To me, it's just interesting. For gold and silver, I think it's great. It's great for gold and silver because you can have gold and silver somewhere held by some person you don't even know, but you can trade the cryptos based on it's kind of like a gold backing for a dollar that's not redeemable, or even if it is redeemable. So for gold and silver, it's great because it helps in transactional stuff. Because it's hard to transact in gold and silver because it's a physical commodity. So they're trying to digitize that. It's no different than what's going on with our regular fiat system. And the people who control it are your risk. So the people who have the gold in the bank, that's the risk. If they go, the whole scheme falls apart. Now, from the crypto side, it hurts the crypto. Whatever crypto is linked to that gold and silver is infinitely more risky because you have the third party risk. A good crypto does not need gold and silver as backing. They have gold and silver only good as money because they have a limited supply. That's the whole idea behind why gold and silver make good money. It's limited supply. Limited supply. Cryptos are better at that. They have mathematically limited supply. So any crypto that is backed by gold or silver is instantly less valuable, in my opinion, because you have third-party risk all of a sudden. All of a sudden, a government could come in and confiscate all the gold because any centralized gold or silver deposit is easy to confiscate for a government. And when the old system falls apart, they'll all be confiscated. Absolutely. All the big hoards will be confiscated. Why? Because government politicians will have a whole country of people on their knees saying, "Oh my God, what have you done?" They said, "Don't worry, we'll get all the gold we can get and we'll distribute it to the people fairly." And all these people with gold and silver and big warehouses, they're going to lose it because they're rich and everybody else is poor and we're going to take it. Sorry. And you can have Elizabeth Warren as your president. So yeah, it's getting ugly and it's getting uglier. It's going to get a lot uglier with this latest stuff about the impeachment. A lot of people are saying, why they do it? Why? What was the rush? Why are they going down this road? Adam Schiff, Zero Hedge, Adam Schiff, and New York Times do damage control over a sneak peek at CIA whistleblower complaint. So Schiff helped write the whistleblower complaint. Schiff is a dirty dude, beyond dirty. I mean, he's in the pedo rings. Yes, absolutely. And 1 week before that big mad rush, the big Democratic donor, the buddy of all these criminal Democrats that you're hearing on TV slam Trump, finally got arrested. Ed Buck, one of the leaders of the pedo rings and Democratic, it's just so bad. It's crazy. He finally got arrested because the second guy died in his house in a matter of months or something. I think 3. One guy OD'd, and the guy who OD'd came back and said, "Oh my God, this guy keeps grabbing young black gay prostitutes, bringing them in their house, shooting them up. It's not even close to what he did. There's so much more there." And look who he hangs out with. There's Jerry Brown. We know this criminal Lou dude. And look, there's Adam Schiff and Hillary Clinton. Trump this is the week before. They say, "Oh, we got to impeach." Why the hurry? Why do you got to impeach Trump? Because Trump's going to finally put the hammer down. And the arrest of Ed Buck is a huge sign, and they're scared shitless that the whole cabal of deep state pedos are coming down. Democratic donor Ed Buck has a staggering number of alleged victims. Look at that. That's who the Democrats were taking their marching orders from. Ed Buck. There he is right there. So yeah, it's crazy and it's getting crazier. So of course they have to go after Trump with an urgency now because their whole facade, the whole system of the pedo politician, pay for play, Jeffrey Epstein, that whole world is coming apart. And this is a huge sign. So people who are looking for it, when are they going to arrest the big guys? Ed Buck was a big player in this. Huge. Adam Schiff was one of the pawns. Look at Adam Schiff and the Standard Hotel, the pedo hotel. It gets worse and worse and worse. So they had to do anything they could. They put together this this ridiculous. I mean, it's a whistleblower from someone who's inside the White House. That's not a whistleblower. That's called a leaker. That's called treason. And we all know that what Trump did was what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to call foreign leaders. He's supposed to investigate crimes within government. Absolutely 100%. And this is going to go deeper and deeper into that. And it's a great sign. It shows Barr is doing something behind the scenes that the Democrats don't want to happen because they are being exposed. They are the criminals that are being taken down. Ed Buck is a great sign, the arrest of Ed Buck. And then we have Putin, who I love Putin. I think he's awesome. Check out what he said at his latest meeting.
CNN and New York Times Democratic presidential debate.
That is, come on.
From the battleground state of Ohio. The top Democrats in the
Please close your ears during the commercial.
October 15th.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin.
Tonight, Russian President Vladimir Putin trolling the United States, joking about meddling in the presidential election and saying he'll do it again.
I'll tell you a secret. Yes, of course we'll do it. To finally make you happier. Just don't tell anyone.
Putin also backing the demands of some in Washington to see further transcripts of President Donald Trump's interactions with other world leaders, including the Putin summit in Helsinki last year.
When there were attempts to launch a scandal regarding my meeting with Trump in Helsinki, we directly told the administration to just publish it. If somebody wants to know something, just publish it. We don't mind.
But
it's so awesome. It's so awesome. They don't know what to do. Rachel Maddow's going crazy right now. Oh my God, Russia, Russia, Russia. It is, everything is breaking down. We knew it. This is the cleaning the swamp, draining the swamp, destroying the swamp. Yes, it's going way too slow. We all understand that. It is hard to be living in California with all these lefties not knowing what the real story is behind the scenes. They don't know anything. I don't blame them. They just don't know. They don't know, but they're being tooled by the Democratic pedo group. So hopefully all this comes out. Again, I'll say it a zillion times, wherever the cards fall, we need truth and honesty in our country to save it. Because we will not save it if it keeps going on like this. It will be gone. We will lose our country. I still do not see any way there'll be another president. Which is fine. We don't need a president. We don't need government to tell us what to do. We don't need 35 million people working for the government directly or indirectly. 35 million people. 35 million people. You think our founding fathers wanted 35, a huge chunk of the population, over 10% of the population, working for the federal government, including kids and all that? Of the working population, it's probably like 30% of it. Insane. We are screwed up. And the only way to get out of it is to crush the whole thing and start fresh. Go back to our Constitution, or at least something close to the Constitution. There probably needs to be some tweaks in that very old document, but it is a brilliant document. It is the best document on planet Earth when it comes to governing. Yeah, I feel bad for all the countries that don't have a Constitution, because when this falls apart, every country will fall apart. And then the truth will come out. And the truth has to come out to move forward. The truth about everything. Everything. So, hang on tight. Again, later today I'll be posting a Friday road trip for private road members. It will be posted right there at the bottom. So dark as the Conorico repo markets. This is the private road area. And yeah, we move along. This is Bix Weir, Road to Ruta. Talk to you later.